Welcome to United Network News, the official news channel for CARE, the Center for Amity and Restoration of Earth. I'm Sunny Galt. At UNN, you get the real news. Through our field messengers, we show you the truth about what's really taking place in our communities. We also bring you stories to help you remember who you are and why you're here, as well as regional stories that impact the people. And our World Situation Report reveals what's happening throughout the multiverse. We are here to restore Earth. In the U.S., it is February 2nd, 2024. Have you ever heard of the City of Light? They can be created across our planet to help radiate positivity. We'll take you to a City of Light near Sydney, Australia. Then we'll head on over to an unusual beach in the Canary Islands off of Spain. These unique granules of sand are the reason it's called Popcorn Beach. In the New Earth, we're looking at alternatives to allopathic or Western medicine. What exactly is light medicine, and how is it being received in the medical community? And we'll take a closer look at Groundhogs, part of a special holiday today in the U.S.
This is Calen Giff, messenger for United Network News. Here's a look at today's Field Messenger reports from all around the world. Today we visit Grose Valley, near Sydney, Australia, where individuals unite in their mission to radiate positivity across our planet. UNN Field Messenger Ocean shares this inspiring initiative with us.
Hi, this is Ocean, Field Messenger Report, reporting from the Grose Valley Planetary City of Light in the Blue Mountains, just outside Sydney. It's a magnificent early morning, but unfortunately it's full of mist, so we can't see very much, but later on I'll show you a picture. The Planetary City of Light, I reported on our Planetary City of Light in York last year with Hannah, who explained that Planetary Cities of Light can be created anywhere to bring more light onto the planet, which of course we need so much. This Planetary City of Light is connected to our Cheltenham Planetary City of Light and also to the Planetary City of Light in Agape on Venus, which curiously is synchronistically connected to our York Planetary City of Light. So we're bringing in lots of light energy into the planet to help our planet get through these quite challenging times. Although, as Kim explains, we're now very much in a light planet and more light is coming in. So let's continue the process. This picture shows you the configuration of the Planetary City of Light, which includes Sydney in a vast infinity symbol or figure of 8. There's the Planetary Ocean Reserve of Light in Sydney Harbour. There's various crystals placed in the Sydney area, and then of course there's the crystals placed, the Planetary City of Light, that are in Grose Valley, centred around Blackheath. This is from the notice board at Govets Leap Blue Mountains National Park, and here is a picture of the whole valley where the crystals have been placed at different places around the lookouts around the valley. Now that the mists have cleared, you can see the full valley and its magnificence. This is a waterfall, and this is the valley, tree-lined mountains. So to complete this report, here's this picture of sunrise over the valley. So this is Ocean Melchizedek signing off for the Field Rescue Report from the Planetary City of Light in Grose Valley, Blue Mountains, near Sydney, Australia.
Next we visit Popcorn Beach in the Canary Islands, a place where Mother Nature adds a dash of originality with popcorn-shaped pebbles rather than the fine granules of sand.
Hi, this is Emma, a field messenger for UNN, reporting from Fuerteventura. So here I am at one of our local beaches on Fuerteventura in the north. And this beach is popularly called the Popcorn Beach. And that is because of the white rocks. They're not popcorn, obviously, but they're rhodolites, which in Greek means red rocks. They are crustus or calcareous noodles, and the fresh ones, which you can see here, the fresh ones are red. And when they get older, they get white. So the red ones are red marine algae that resembles corals, but they're not corals, but people call them corals. They are actually rhodolite beds, which you can find all over these the beaches here and all over the island. It's a very, very important biological habitat for diverse. It's like a breeding ground for algae and for corals and for lots of marine lives.
We want you to become a UNN field messenger. These are everyday people just like you who want to make a difference in their community. You don't need any special training or equipment. Just use the camera on your mobile phone and show us what's happening in your area. You send us your videos and our production team will create the report for you. For ideas and inspiration, we encourage you to join our new Field Messenger group on Telegram. Our new website is now up and running, unitednetwork.earth. You can submit your Field Messenger reports directly through the Field Messenger tab at the top of the page. You can also email your reports to our new email address at fieldmessenger@unitednetwork.earth.
Hello, I'm Susan from Sweden.
Mwanda Michael from Eastern Uganda, Africa.
Hi, I'm Tim from Vancouver, Canada.
I'm Titeshwar Thabgao from Manipur State, India.
I'm Gumba Obasi from Southeast Nigeria.
Arnaito Chakrini from Western Uganda, Mbarara.
At United Network News, you are the news.
My name's Christina, Field Messenger, report first one in the hurricane down here in Southern California from Mexico.
Real people reporting real stories from all around the world. At UNN, our field messengers are changing the face of news.
This is Jason from United Network News. We're going to be doing some aircrete building with new technologies that allow us to live in comfort and also off the grid.
Take the next step in changing the way the world gets the news. Become a UNN field messenger today.
I am Michelle from South Africa, and we are the United Network News.
I am United Network News.
I am United Network News.
If it is going to be, then it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
Si va a ser así, depende de mí. It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to all of us. We're UNN.
The New World brings us all sorts of natural remedies, including the way we heal our bodies. Light medicine is the science of connecting light and spirit with the health and longevity of the human body. And it all starts with the power of the mind. Dr. Anna Michalcha is a board-certified internal medicine physician with a PhD in pathology and 20 years of clinical experience. She's literally written the book on light medicine. So Dr. Anna is here with us today. And Dr. Anna, we're talking about light medicine. And let's start off by just educating people about what that is so they know if it's something that they want to learn more about.
Absolutely. So the term is coined from my book, Light Medicine, A New Paradigm, The Science of Light, Spirit, and Longevity. And what this really is about is that medicine, or allopathic medicine, is completely fragmented in the sense that we ignore our spirit, that it has anything to do with the health of the physical body. And that is not so. So if you want to strive for a new model, which I presented, to say, you know, we're divine, spiritual, spiritual beings that are actually inhabiting a physical body and are interacting with its matter. So all of our observations are actually collapsing physical reality into place. And so this is something that quantum physics has described. And there are many areas of science, for example, biophysics, that are explaining this aspect of the spiritual self through biophotonic light emissions and how the interplays between our thoughts, our consciousness, our emotions, and the physical body. If we want to move away from the poisonous big pharma allopathic model, we need to move towards a model that takes all of us into account. And this is what this book is really about.
Yeah, it's more of a holistic approach to everything, like mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, spirit, absolutely, but also in regards to its relationship to true science, because biophysics clearly tells us that we are emitting light, and that in fact now, if you look at even bioengineering through optogenetics, they can use light to modify any aspect of the cell cycle and any aspect of genetic transcription. So to say that we are just a mechanistic worldview, for example, in allopathic medicine, where you have a specialist like for the ear and they're ignoring the whole rest of the body. This is just such an outdated model. And to use medications, for example, that do not have the vibratory frequency of health and healing, but are based on petrochemicals, on heavy metals, on contamination. This is really causing illness in the allopathic system, and we want to move away from that. It's time to allow new technologies to move forward, and they can be light, frequency, sound-based, as well as understanding molecules, for example, natural molecules like curcumin or vitamin C as electron donors that enhance our electrophysical capacity. So I think it's important, and it's time to look at this in a different way.
Yeah. How hard do you think this transition is going to be? Because I agree with you. We're going into a completely different era. Medicine is changing as we know it. And so how hard do you think it's going to be? You mentioned big pharma. So we've got some big guys on the other side that don't want to lose their control. So since you've had some experience, you said, in the allopathic side of things, how hard do you think this is going to be?
Well, I think it will be consumer driven, because what we really have is, particularly through the vaccine campaigns, and people are now waking up to the fact that really big pharma is employed to more or less harm us and depopulate us and use us as a consumer, based model. Many people want to return to natural medicine, and these people will actually guide that new market, that new development. This is our time, our new earth, as you're saying, and we get to create it the way we want it. And the institutions like the FDA that is trying to has really prohibited any progress and has done away with new cancer treatments and new therapies that would in a more whole way restore the human being. Like they just banned life-giving peptides, and they're trying to get rid of our vitamins. So we need to dismantle this whole entire system that is so toxic to humanity.
And now, a way to naturally detoxify the body with plants. Energy-efficient construction and the tight ceiling of modern buildings can produce indoor air toxicity, a toxic cocktail of air contaminants from furniture, carpets, and cleaning materials can be harmful to health, well-being, and productivity. Studies have shown that certain indoor plants can significantly improve air quality by absorbing pollutants and recycling waste. An experiment in an office building in India used 1,200 plants to reduce air pollution. It saw a significant reduction in eye irritation, respiratory problems, headaches, and asthma, resulting in increased productivity and energy savings. Apart from removing chemical toxins, potted plants also convert carbon dioxide into breathable oxygen and even absorb mold spores. Key indoor plants with detox capabilities include the money tree, areca palm, aloe vera, dwarf date palm, Boston fern, spider plant, and lady palm. These plants have distinct abilities to improve the air quality. It's important to note that other air purifying plants, such as the weeping fig, English ivy, and Chinese evergreen, can be toxic to pets if chewed. Incorporating these humble houseplants into our lives can beautify our surroundings and help us breathe healthier. Efforts are being made to restore Jamaica's vital mangrove trees, which play a crucial role in protecting coastal areas from storm damage. The restoration process includes the meticulous removal of thousands of bags of plastic waste. Mangrove roots trap plastic, resulting in a decrease in water flow, which increases the salt levels, ultimately stunting the growth of the mangroves or even causing them to wither away. Under the guidance of experts, dedicated restoration teams are working toward finding innovative solutions to address these issues. They've implemented the creation of channels to allow for proper seawater flow, effectively reducing the salt levels and creating a more conducive environment for the mangroves to thrive. Additionally, the teams have been installing barriers strategically to prevent further accumulation of plastic waste. The restoration teams have also developed a groundbreaking technique for planting mangrove saplings. These saplings are placed in specially designed areas on elevated soil piles enclosed by fabric barriers. This innovative approach allows the saplings to root effectively, even in deeper waters, ensuring their successful growth and expansion over time. As the mangroves naturally expand, they play a vital role in trapping sediment and building new land, further enhancing the resilience of the coastal ecosystem. By actively reducing plastic waste and adopting sustainable restoration practices, these invaluable mangrove ecosystems can be safeguarded, providing protection for the coastline and support for a diverse array of marine life. It is Groundhog Day in the U.S., and since groundhogs are native to North America, let's get to know our world a little bit better by looking at this curious creature behind the tradition. Groundhogs are also known as woodchucks or whistle pigs for their high-pitched whistling sound that serves as a warning to their peers. The name pig comes from their resemblance to their cousin, the guinea pig. They contribute significantly to the ecosystem. Their digging habits aerate the soil and recycle nutrients while offering homes to other animals like foxes and raccoons. Groundhogs are actually one of the largest members of the squirrel family, weighing up to 15 pounds. In the food chain, groundhogs serve as critical links. They mostly eat plants, including those in human gardens, but they are also known to consume pests and small animals. Predators are few due to their burrowing, climbing, and swimming abilities. Groundhogs are unique in being one of the few true hibernators. They lose half their weight during hibernation and emerge in February. This behavior led to the North American Groundhog Day tradition. Supposedly, if a groundhog emerges from his burrow and sees his shadow on February 2nd, today, the forecast is for early spring. If he doesn't see his shadow, then winter will last for 6 more weeks. And this morning, the groundhog, which is also known as Puxatawney Phil, did not see his shadow when he woke up, so spring is expected to come early this year. Although the shadow observing lore holds no scientific basis, many people find this tradition amusing. Groundhogs may occasionally also be a nuisance in your garden. Too cute to be a nuisance. Want to share news from UNN with your friends and family? Memes are a great way to get that conversation going. Here's today's UNN meme of the day. It says, "Pie in the sky dream for world domination. Who has their fingers in this?" If you've been following us on Telegram, you've seen the previous organizational charts for planet Earth. There was a very elaborate plan in place to use us as slaves until it was time to reset the monetary system, then eliminate us completely. But their quest for world domination is crumbling, and it's crumbling fast. To see more memes just like this one, you can follow our Meme Team Telegram channel at UNN Memes. Share them on Telegram and any other social media channels where you still have an account. Welcome to United Network News. I'm Sunny Galt.
Connect with United Network News online. The news portion of our website at unitednetwork.earth recaps the biggest stories impacting our planet. You can also watch inspiring videos from our field messengers and get great tips for creating your own field messenger reports. Easily share all of this content with your friends in just a few clicks, including our social media memes designed to ignite conversation and critical thinking. It's time to restore our home. Let's make history together at unitednetwork.earth.
Now, a look at regional stories around the world. A protest in Peru halts transportation to Machu Picchu, a huge tourism site in the area. Tourists are stranded and the local economy is losing money. Mexico's Supreme Court decides to limit the control of state-owned power companies. The move could benefit consumers and private companies. In India, government-owned apartment buildings are falling apart while property prices are soaring. Learn more about their plans for residents. And copper theft is on the rise in South Africa, impacting the daily lives of citizens. Protests over a new ticketing system have led to a shutdown of train services to Machu Picchu in Peru, disrupting travel plans for hundreds of tourists and striking a blow to the local tourism industry. Since Saturday, demonstrators have been obstructing the railway lines to the Andean Heritage Site, prompting authorities to suspend transportation. The deadlock continues as discussions to end the indefinite strike by travel unions and local operators make little headway. Residents are concerned the shift to electronic ticketing will funnel profits to a single company and disadvantage local businesses. The change aims to regulate foot traffic to the site, which has seen site deterioration from heavy tourist volumes. The Peruvian government insists the new system, starting this month, will better manage visitor numbers, which are limited to 4,500 daily entries. Labor reforms in Argentina are facing a significant setback after a recent court ruling deemed them unconstitutional. These changes included extending job probation periods and reducing severance pay, while also allowing for the dismissal of workers engaged in protest blockades. Amidst high inflation rates, the government has implemented austerity measures such as currency devaluation and subsidy cuts. More than 5,000 state employee contracts will not be renewed. These actions have sparked a wave of protests and strikes in Buenos Aires, with the most significant being a one-day general strike called by the country's largest union. Citizens are feeling the impact of both the proposed labor changes and the economic reforms as tensions rise about job security and reducing state expenditure. Mexico's Supreme Court has overruled regulations that prioritize state-owned power providers. This move could benefit consumers and private power companies, especially those focused on renewable energy. The court found that such rules violated competitive practices and were unconstitutional. The previous priority given to the Federal Electricity Commission had placed privately owned, often cleaner energy providers at a disadvantage in the market. Critics argued that such policies not only hindered free trade, as per international agreements, but also stifled green energy advancements. This change may lead to more competition and ultimately lower prices for consumers. A temporary court injunction has halted bullfighting events in Mexico City, impacting both fans of the tradition and opponents advocating for animal rights. The provisional court ruling halts events until a hearing on February 7th, directly affecting those scheduled between February 4th and the 6th. This ruling is a significant development in the ongoing legal battle over the cultural practice. weighing considerations of heritage against animal welfare and societal perceptions of violence. The debate is not only about the moral dimensions of bullfighting, but also about its economic impact, with industry advocates citing thousands of jobs at stake and an estimated $400 million in annual revenue. The National Security Agency, or NSA, is buying the internet browsing details of U.S. citizens from commercial data brokers without requiring a warrant. Critics argue this practice undermines privacy and possibly infringes on Federal Trade Commission standards, or FTC. The NSA claims the data is crucial for national security and assures minimal collection of information from Americans. However, concerns are heightened as such data could potentially reveal sensitive personal activities, ranging from website visits to the use of services designed to aid in personal crisis. Amidst these privacy concerns, the FTC has taken action against data brokers like OutLogic for selling location data that could track individuals' movements, raising questions about the balance between security needs and personal privacy rights. A group of 25 counties in California have collectively taken legal action against the electric vehicle powerhouse Tesla for allegedly mishandling hazardous waste. Residents near Tesla's facilities might be at risk due to the alleged improper management of toxic materials such as paint, brake fluid, and batteries. The counties are calling for stringent adherence to waste handling protocols and hefty penalties for any violations, stressing the importance of environmental responsibility to safeguard public health. Tesla has faced similar allegations in the past, leading to settlements with environmental authorities. The outcome of this lawsuit could have significant implications of how hazardous waste is managed across industries in California. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued a public health warning advising consumers to avoid certain unapproved eye drops that closely mimic the approved Lumify product by Bausch & Lomb. These imitation products, including South Moon, Rebright, and Fifivgo, pose a risk of serious eye infections, irritation, and pain. Testing revealed bacterial contamination on South Moon, potentially leading to antibiotic-resistant infections. While Rebright tested negative for contaminants, it is still deemed unsafe by the FDA, and the agency has yet to examine that last company because samples weren't available. Consumers are urged to verify the authenticity of these eye drops and report any adverse effects. The investigation into these counterfeit products continues, but their origin remains unconfirmed. In Mumbai, India, hundreds of middle-class individuals are enduring harsh living conditions in deteriorating government-owned buildings amid soaring property prices. Despite the dangers highlighted by residents, ranging from crumbling infrastructure to monsoon threats, families remain due to the city's exorbitant cost of living. The state government, recognizing the building's unsafe condition, has proposed relocation plans for the occupants to suburban housing. However, residents, many of which are civil servants, argue the move would dramatically increase their daily commute and living expenses. The state government's designation of the building as unsafe has yet to result in forced evictions, but the risk to inhabitants remains a pressing concern amidst the soaring local real estate prices. In Haryana, a North Indian state, glitches in the Public Provident Fund database have led to significant issues, including eligible beneficiaries being wrongfully denied their old age pensions. Reports indicate that due to errors in the system, residents are mistakenly declared deceased or inaccurately assessed as having high income, leading to a termination of their pension benefits. These inaccuracies have forced people to navigate a complex and sluggish bureaucratic process to prove they are alive or to contest their stated incomes, often leading to delays in reinstatement of their pensions. Families describe the experience of correcting their information as difficult and time-consuming. Even when the data was corrected, discrepancies persisted in other government databases, further complicating the situation. The ordeal has prompted widespread frustration, with the affected questioning of the logic and algorithm behind the government's artificial intelligence driven income verification that has seemingly failed them. In Taiwan, egg freezing has become an increasingly popular choice for career-driven women seeking to ensure future fertility despite facing legislative barriers. Currently, Taiwanese law allows women to freeze their eggs, but limits their use to heterosexual married couples, excluding single women and same-sex partners. The low fertility rate of 0.89 births per woman is prompting debates about potentially liberalizing the existing regulations. Meanwhile, demand for egg freezing is rising, particularly amongst women ages 35 to 39. The procedure, however, remains costly, with expenses for extraction, medication, and ongoing storage being prohibited for many. Some local governments have begun subsidizing the practice, but the available slots are limited. Taiwan, which was the first in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage in 2019, considers revising its laws to allow more women access to reproductive technology. Ship-breaking practices in Bangladesh have come under scrutiny due to hazardous working conditions, resulting in injuries and deaths amongst workers. European maritime firms have been criticized by Human Rights Watch for sending old ships to the region, disregarding the unsafe environment where laborers dismantle vessels without proper safety equipment. Since 2019, at least 62 workers have died from accidents in the yards, with 2 fatalities occurring just last week. Despite the Bangladesh Shipbreakers Association claiming advancements in safety and anticipation of new international standards set for 2025, local activists argue the industry still neglects worker safety. The presence of asbestos in ships is particularly concerning, as exposure has been linked to severe lung damage and has already affected workers who are now suffering or have died from related illnesses. South Africa's maritime sector is facing a critical challenge as container ships seeking to avoid the Red Sea find the nation's ports unable to accommodate them. This has resulted in ships waiting up to 3 weeks at the Durban port, causing significant delays. As a result, shipping companies are redirecting vessels to alternative ports in Namibia and Mauritius. Amidst this congestion, South Africa's economy is suffering as inefficiencies at major ports, highlighted by a $300 million Transnet loss, constrain economic growth. Trade tensions escalate in East Africa as Burundi closes its border with Rwanda, citing political concerns but heavily impacting commerce. The blockade puts a strain on Rwanda's economy, compelling traders to seek alternative markets. In Uganda, improper storage and handling have led to poisonous fungi contamination in maize exports, resulting in a temporary ban by Kenya and South Sudan. Copper theft has become a massive issue in South Africa, heavily impacting infrastructure and the daily lives of citizens. Recent reports highlight that businesses like Transnet and the water sector are losing essential materials, costing the economy billions and escalating the financial strain on taxpayers. Incidents of copper theft have led to disrupted rail and electricity networks, compromised water systems, and inflated operational costs for major companies. The theft not only endangers the safety of public utilities, but also causes significant inconvenience to the general population, affecting daily activities and quality of life. Alongside the economic ramifications, there is a growing concern over the intersection of copper theft with organized crime, which aggravates the problem through sophisticated networks dedicated to the illegal trade. Local councils in England are facing an urgent financial crisis that significantly impacts essential services and community well-being. Financial distress has already led 8 councils to declare bankruptcy since 2018, with others announcing severe spending cuts. A government committee report identifies increased demands, particularly in adult social care and special educational needs, as a primary strain on council budgets. Despite a £600 million or around $760 million government boost, primarily for social care, councils warn that systemic financial issues remain unaddressed. The committee recommends a review of the council tax system, last evaluated in 1991, to create a fairer, updated approach. Recent budget proposals have residents facing increased taxes, while services like parks and recycling face reductions, signaling more challenges ahead for local communities. In France, local farmers have caused significant traffic disruptions with ongoing blockades as they protest low earnings, strict regulations, and what they view as unfair competition from overseas. Now, the situation has seen some improvement, with two prominent farmers' unions briefly halting protests following the Prime Minister's introduction of measures aimed at easing their concerns. The new government proposals include financial aid, tax breaks, and changes in pesticide regulations. The Prime Minister promised no new bans on pesticides authorized elsewhere in the EU and the blocking of certain imports, stirring cautious optimism among union leaders. While the new proposals aim to improve farmers' incomes and alleviate unfair competition, farmers at blockades expressed skepticism, with some branding the measures as potentially misleading and insisting on seeing actual legislation. Swiss bank Julius Baer has announced the departure of its CEO amidst winding down its private debt activities. This decision comes after the bank recognized a significant financial hit due to dealings with a troubled Austrian asset firm, raising concerns about its risk management practices. Though Julius Baer's shares saw an uptick following the announcement, the wider implications for stakeholder confidence remains to be seen as the bank moves to appoint a new CEO and reassure its clientele. The ongoing scrutiny by Switzerland's financial markets regulator into the Australian firm further underscores the potential for broader financial impact, especially considering Julius Baer's recent advantage in attracting clients from the struggling Credit Suisse. In Catalonia, Spain, residents face strict water restrictions amidst the region's worst drought on record. The new measures, affecting about 6 million people, prohibit activities like car washing and pool filling in around 200 cities, including Barcelona. Authorities are urging a 5% reduction in water use by citizens and up to 80% for farmers, adjusting the daily water allowance per person to 200 liters. Officials who have announced penalties for non-compliance are forced to adopt harsh penalties or harsh constraints as reservoirs drop to low levels. The situation has reached a point where historical landmarks, like a submerged church tower at the Sal Reservoir, are now visible due to the dramatically lowered water levels. The London Interdisciplinary School, or LIS, launched by Ed Fido, is pioneering a new approach to higher education by focusing on an interdisciplinary curriculum. This offers a stark contrast to the traditional single subject degrees, as it embraces a broad spectrum of subjects for a more holistic problem-solving approach. The institution is preparing students to tackle complex issues such as artificial intelligence by understanding the interconnection of various fields like science, politics, and sociology. As the first group of LIS graduates enters the job market this summer, the employment rates and sectors these students find themselves in will be a vital measure of success. LIS grads are already gaining attention from reputable employers, hinting at a positive early reception in the job market for this innovative education model. 45 German companies have initiated a 6-month trial with a 4-day work week while maintaining full salaries. This experiment, aimed at increasing productivity and tackling skilled labor shortages, has stirred considerable debate. Early international pilot programs indicate promising outcomes, such as reduced stress amongst almost 40% of UK workers, as decreased resignation rates. Yet, not all experts are convinced about the effectiveness of this model. Concerns have been raised regarding potential challenges in industries like nursing and transportation, where service provision is time sensitive. German trade union IG Metall has been a long-standing proponent for reduced work hours, with industries like steel already operating on a 35-hour week. Want the latest updates from UNN? Be sure to follow our channel on Telegram called United Network News Channel. This is our official Telegram channel. It's where you'll find direct links to our newscasts and our in-depth field messenger reports. And be sure to check out CARE's new Health and Wellness Department. You can connect with the Center for Health and Wellness of Earth, or CHWE, their community, by joining their Telegram channel. Search for Center for Health Wellness of Earth. We do not have a world situation report for you today, but Kimberly Gogan from the Office of the Guardian was able to send over this update. Total chaos has erupted today as the Rothschild family fails to perform in both the political and financial sectors. Remember, the Order of the Dragon controlled the financial and political sectors, while the Order of the Black Sun controlled the media, military, and intelligence sectors globally. At this moment, the operatives that worked for the Order of the Dragon have not been released as assets. This includes political actors such as presidents, Congress, and parliaments worldwide. Currently, it is the Chinese deep state Li family, also known as the Golden Dragon, controlling all sectors on behalf of the Order. Another failure in this sector. And with governments around the world bankrupt, we expect this release to happen in the near future. We started out this week in the game of musical chairs with 9 seats. Now there are only 2 chairs left in this game of musical chairs. One belongs to Ground Commander Kimberly Gogan and the other, the Order of the Dragon. Will the last chair be pulled this weekend? Kim will join us on Monday with a full update on the World Situation Report. And that wraps up today's news update. Please share UNN with your friends and family. We need everyone to come together and help restore our beautiful planet. When news happens in your area, record it and share it with us so we can help you share it with the world. Remember, if it's going to be, it's up to me. I'm Sunny Galt. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the real news.